the toughest tickets in the NBA's relatively small gym, 12,616. They're a year away from a brand new arena. Larry Bird opens up with a double. It's just inside the three-point line. With Karl Malone, you'll see this a lot tonight. Malone over Parrish. Well, two of the best in the game open things up. Bird has been shooting more than 50% from three-point land recently. From Stockton, Karl Malone has 4. Now we have Parrish on Malone on this matchup. Thurl Bailey just inside the top of the key, and he has his first basket.
Attempts over the last couple of ball games. He has been playing well also.
Thurl Bailey. A couple of rainbow shooters for Shaw posted against Stockton, where he uses his height advantage, but good interior defense, and away come the Jazz. That perimeter shooting game, he's averaging nearly 20 a game. Stockton on the drive. He's fouled before he shoots. Count the basket, and he'll go to the line.
I think where you will really start to see the value of Jeff Malone for this team is down the stretch when the races start to tighten up. You'll see Stockton take the ball to the basket right here. He gets Shaw off balance. There's the bump, and he keeps his concentration, gets it to go. But down the stretch, especially the last couple of years, teams have been able to cut off the Jazz by
48 to go first quarter from the Salt Palace. Stockton with another steal. And the lay-in, John Stockton. They just have 2 games here before they have to go to Seattle. John Stockton said it's like playing on the road. It's such a short homestand. Well, Karl Malone has 6 early. Bird over Malone. Bird's 2 out of 3 from the floor. Utah, Reggie Lewis. Blocked by Eaton. John Stockton has Malone. That's a layup for Jeff Malone.
Yeah, Malone moves so well without the ball. You see how he runs the floor, which makes it difficult for Parrish to guard him. Now there's the switch right there. Bird and Parrish didn't talk on that, and Malone worked free for the easy one.
And the screen here in the paint for Thurl Bailey to post up against the shorter Kevin Gamble, and Bailey with his turnaround jumper. Bird feeling it from outside. He's 3 out of 4, and they've all been from the perimeter. This ball game, Larry Bird being defended by Thurl Bailey now. Knifes the ball inside to Reggie Lewis.
Quicker than Stockton, and I think that's the reason why you saw Jerry Sloan counter after D. Brown checked in.
McHale opens with that turnaround baseline jumper on Karl Malone. Now the drive, foul, he misses the basket, but Karl Malone, the NBA's leading free throw shooter in attempts. 4.5 to go first quarter. 2-man game with Bird and McHale. It's 2 for 2.
Floor, and that opens it up down low for McHale and Parrish.
Delaney Rudd really beat D. Brown on the give and go. McHale is 3 for 3 from Larry Bird.
As I mentioned, Bird makes those first couple jump shots. Now you have to get out on the floor and guard him. That forces McHale to post up down low.
Boston with 10 to shoot. McHale won't take that long. McHale hasn't missed yet. He has 8 points, 4 out of 4 from the floor. Rudd once again beating D. Brown off the dribble. Karl Malone with the rebound. Larry Bird goes flying. And remember, D. Brown, one of the quickest young guards in the league.
Well, I think that's why Jerry Sloan made the move to get Stockton out of there right now.
Malone and McHale mixing it up already in this game. Malone really pounding McHale on that entry pass. After McHale hit 4 in a row, Karl's starting to get tough with it.
It is that time of the year, I tell you. Every team knows, especially these two teams, know how important this game is. So you can expect it to be physical the whole night.
A wisely called timeout by Chris Ford of the Boston Celtics. 2 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Jazz lead it by 6. Going in for Markey at center. Ball away by Karl Malone. And Karl has 12. Isolated against Tony Brown. Backing in. Bird practiced about 40 of those before the game started.
Getting the shot off. He hasn't to this point against the Jazz either.
And a steal for Larry Bird as the Celtics run. Lewis with the pull-up 10-footer off the glass. Reggie Lewis. And the Celtics have cut this.
Let's get in a breather.
And he scored 5. Bird 20. McHale against Brown. Nettie gets the hook up, misses it, will go to the line.
I think it's surprising that no Jazz defender was right there.
Shaw gets the push on Stockton. That'll be 3 on Brian Shaw.
About in the open, you just don't hear a whole lot about it.
This time D. Brown with the drive, tried to shovel to McHale, intercepted. Here comes John Stockton looking to do what he does best, hands off to Bailey.
Well, it makes it good when you can leave out right after the game, get to the city and get a good night's sleep, good inside.
Moves the double team. Now they back off it. Pass inside to Parrish from Kevin McHale. He used to call him the black hole.
You see Stockton right here. He's going to give a little screen on Parrish down low. That frees up Karl Malone, and Parrish didn't like the screen at all.
Particularly from 6 foot tall John Stockton. 10 to shoot for Boston. Brown open from 19. He's 2 out of 3 from the perimeter.
Already that jump shot really working well for him. Doesn't hesitate.
Speaking of jump shot, Jeff Malone. Parrish battling to get through the screen set by the double screen by Malone and Stockton. Say over here.
Oh, it really is.
You know
it
what
really
it's
is.
like to be hurting in there. E. Brown answers with a jumper this time.
And able to play with the Larry Birds and Parrishes, all those guys that have been around for so long.
Bird backed off Bailey.
I didn't think we'd see him until the second half, but it might be good to get him to work out just a little bit to keep it loose.
Beautiful pass. McHale inside to Parrish. It's tied at 50. Offensive foul on Robert Parrish.
Finally, Stockton was able to get the call. He and Parrish have been bouncing back and forth off of each other. Stockton is used a lot by the Jazz on screens down low, and a lot of times Parrish is the guy that he has been screening.
Philadelphia. Knicks 9 out of 10 now. Chicago, Milwaukee also. The letter to the mailman. Karl Malone for 3 with 1.5 seconds left in the half. Even though they're on a 3-game losing streak, the last 3 of that 7-game road trip. Karl Malone's ankle doesn't bother his shooting touch. He has 18. 7 seconds for Robert Parrish to shoot, stripped away. 7 Boston turnovers. Lob into Karl Malone and the block by Reggie Lewis, but the foul also. Their biggest of the game. Celtics haven't scored since the third quarter began. Stockton with a quick move to the hole in the lay-in. Stockton has 12 points.
You'll see Stockton right here. He fakes to the middle. You see Karl Malone coming out there, gets the step on the baseline. Neither team getting much done on the offensive boards, especially the Celtics. Of course, when you make that shot right there, you don't have to worry about it.
Seconds to shoot. Stockton 5, 4, 3. Stockton buries it just inside the line. Stockton delivers to Bailey. Bailey lobs. Bird breaks it up, and Malone never got his hands on the ball.
Larry Bird played well from the weak side to pick that one off.
Parrish with the rebound. Batted out of his hands. He stays with it. Air ball. Malone now comes away with it. Real tough interior Utah defense. Malone on the break from Stockton. Hard foul from Gamble.
Well, that's the kind of ball the Jazz like to play right there that does that. Makes this Jazz team hard to stop.
Malone from 18 feet. His jumper won't fall, but the tip in by Karl Malone. Bird off the screen. Parrish rolls the delivery from Larry Bird. Textbook basketball.
Well, not a good shot right there by Bailey. That
was a tremendous pass to Gamble, handed to Lewis, and then a tremendous defensive play by Utah with 18 on the Boston shot clock.
In the game right here. Now here's that pick and roll situation. The pick from Parrish. He drops and goes right to the basket. Uses the quickness against Mark Eaton for the easy 2.
Paint, fade away. Doesn't get his first one this time. The rebound stolen by Lewis into Parrish. Big play by Reggie Lewis. Didn't run number 11 with the ball. Into Thurl Bailey. Got McHale airborne. Drew the foul and will get the 3-point opportunity. Delaney Rudd, but being Stockton's backups like being Birds or somebody's.
Yeah, you never know from game to game how many minutes you're going to get.
Bird with the basket and the foul. Bird now with 14 and a chance for the 3-point conversion.
Well, this little fall-away jump shot for a guy that's 6'5", 6'6", very difficult. And I'm telling you from experience, because I've had to guard Larry Bird, or attempt to guard Larry Bird, and when he's making that fall-away jump shot, it's almost impossible for a guy that size to stop.
4:52, Utah. Now Boston running. D. Brown lightning quick against Stockton. Back to Bird. Look at the shovel pass inside. No basket, but the foul, and Bird with a patented no-look shovel pass into Lewis.
They're 19 against the Blazers in that overtime win, 27 last game. So he's been playing last night. So he's been playing well to try to pick up some dirty baskets down there on the offensive boards.
McHale's turnaround jumper goes down. That's the first shot McHale has hit. Opportunity to get the lead back in this game, but they can't get it to go down. Malone try it from the other side. This time it's nothing but the back of the rim. 29 for Karl Malone.
Only one team, and that was Portland, that scored over 100 points. They did that in overtime. So the Celtics doing it with good aggressive.
D. Brown tonight. You got to think that perhaps Brian Shaw's ankle's bothering him a little. Karl Malone with the turnaround jumper, and Karl has 31.
You know where the Jazz are going to go just about every time down right now.
Malone waves him through the lane, the turnaround jumper. He waved Griffith.
Shots coming up just a little short. The last two possessions for the Celtics, they might be getting a little tight.
Earl Bailey, and it's a three-point Jazz
dribble. Takes control of the ball very quickly.
Move into Eaton, surprised him, but the big man
put over from the weak side, gets a hand on it, and the Jazz with a chance to get two more.
Jeff Malone alone from the baseline is down by 5. Tries to take Bailey off the dribble, and does. McHale trying to stick it back in there over Markey. That was work hard done.
And almost made the layup, caused the problem.
Bailey on the drive into the paint, goes to the right hand as he moved left, and it'll spin in. Jeff Malone from his favorite spot.
Yeah, he gets on the baseline. He
pulls up. D. Brown to McHale, who wasn't ready for it, but he'll lay it in.
Good offensive board work once again.
And to shoot for Utah. Malone with 7 on the shot clock. Air ball. Bird has it. Nothing but air. D. Brown had no chance on Karl Malone. Shaw kicks it to Bird. He'll take the 18-footer.
2 minutes remaining.
Larry has missed a lot of shots in this second half that you normally don't see Larry Bird.
All kinds of fits. Now Malone does likewise to McHale. What a move inside. Didn't get it to fall. Bird to D. Brown. D. Brown, let's call it an eye fake. 6, 5, 4. Stockton. Malone wide open. Yes, with 4.1 seconds. A 2-point Utah lead. D. Brown. Karl Malone fouls him with 1.3 to tie. It's tied with 1.3 seconds. Timeout, Utah.
I think that's what he told him. Said, I'm going to get a delay of game just enough to...
Stockton for 3, in and out of there. Bird off the baseline screen, gets Malone out on the floor. Fakes him, and Malone gets the block. Whoa, what a play by Karl Malone.
He acted as though he was really wanting the basketball.
Bird for 3, bang! Larry Bird gets his first 3 of the night. Time front edge of the rim. Said he was fouled. Stockton with a big penetration. It's a 1-point game. Chance for Utah to take the lead with under 2 minutes to go in the overtime. Stockton from 18. John Stockton.
That could be the case here tonight for Shaw.
Earl Bailey hard to the hoop. And hard to the floor. Stockton hands to Bailey. Hard to the hoop again. McHale got a hand on it. Boston ball. With 44 seconds to go.
Missed an opportunity for a score.
McHale with the pick for Shaw. Shaw this time just lost the dribble. That'll about do it. 27 seconds remaining and a Jazz 6-point lead. Bird wants the 3. He's got it. It's a 3-point game with 22 seconds left. One of the best ball handlers in the league, however, running on the open floor. He's fouled in the backcourt. John Stockton. D. Brown. Bird wants the three. He's fouled by Malone with only 4 seconds off the clock. Brown will take the three. He misses it. Lewis with the rebound. McHale with the follow. He draws the foul with 0.6 of a second, and that won't be enough for the Celtics. Statistically great tonight, but in spurts have played very well for Utah. And Utah gets the three-point win in overtime over the Boston Celtics, 112 to 109. And let's go to Ernie Johnson.